Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? I'm stuck in traffic right now. I'm on my way to meet Arlena. We are spending the day together. And I'm gonna talk about that in just a second, but I am stuck in gridlock traffic. I don't really know what the problem is here. It's not like by a shopping center or anything, so I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway, I went and got my hair cut this morning. Got my Christmas and New Year's cut and my going on vacation haircut today. And then I went and got my coffee for the day because I have like an hour trip ahead of me. I have 45 minutes ahead of me still. And yeah, so I wanted to get some coffee so I could listen to some Christmas music. I thought I would just vlog throughout the day today. I was like, you know what? Like, I really want Arlena to be, so this is, okay, so let me just tell the story about this. And I just filmed like the intro to the video that I'm gonna do for my Peter Monn channel, which is gonna be called like spending a day with a subscriber or whatever. Oh, I see what they have. They have this shut down to one lane. Okay. So I'm doing like a video over there called like spending a day with a subscriber or something like that. So this is how it kind of came to fruition, so to speak. Let's see. Well, I just talked about this on my Peter Monn channel, so if you don't watch that, I'll give you the rundown over here. I started, you know, years ago, I watched YouTube like 10 years ago. I started watching it, and I started watching like, I'm trying to think of who, I don't even really know who I think Chris Crocker might have been the very first YouTuber that I ever watched. And I watched Chris Crocker, and I watched Johnny Boy XO, and I watched Glozell Green, and Tyler Oakley, and who else did I watch consistently back then? Will and RJ from Shep689, and there was a couple other people that I watched. Glozell Green was like a huge one that I watched back in the day. And Kingsley from time to time. And so anyway, I was just really, Adore Delano. When Adore Delano would do that one character, I can't remember what her character name was that she did, but it was hilarious. And it was just a different era on YouTube, you know? It was like people trying things and being creative. And, you know, I've heard a lot of like YouTubers, creators talk about this that have been on the platform for 10 years-ish, you know, or more. They'll say, you know, this was back in the day before we were making any money off of it. So they were just doing whatever they wanted to do because they weren't making, I mean, it wasn't like this was like a source of income and they cared and they were this whole influencer word has like gotten out of control anyway. It's just BS, you know, I think. But anyway, you know, not that there's anything wrong with making money off of YouTube. Trust me, you know, I think that's a really nice thing that we get as you know, as the counterpart to posting videos. But this was a different era, you know? And so I watched all those people on there, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to be part of that. And, you know, through the years, I don't know, I did some silly videos and whatever, but when I wrote my book and I published it in 2014, I really like, my publisher said, I think you should reach out to some booktubers. And I didn't even know what booktube was. And so booktube is a community, if you don't know, I have a booktube channel called Peter Likes Books. Booktube is a community of YouTubers that talk exclusively about books, typically. You know, a lot of them talk about other things too, like music or movies or whatever, their lives or writing. Writing is a big part of it as well. There's AuthorTube as well. But anyway, so I started watching booktubers and I started, you know, sending out requests for people to review my book, of which I think I sent out something like 100 requests and not one person responded to me. Not one person responded to me. Today, I try to do a better job. I'm not great with it, but I try to do a better job when somebody like reaches out to me and is like, will you read my book? And if it's something that I would read, I'm like, yes, please send it to me, which is interesting because I never really get requests for books that I typically would read. I typically get requests for books that are like some science fiction that takes place on a planet 2,000 years from now. It's something I just wouldn't normally read. And so I try to help them find somebody that would review it, you know, that's like in that, because there's, you know, we all know, a lot of us know each other on BookTube, so there's always somebody that likes more of your genre. So anyway, I started watching BookTube, and then I was like, I want to be part of this. Like, I want to be part of this BookTube community. I think this is just such a cool thing, right? So I didn't really realize how close we're gonna be to the casino. So I'm thinking that I might take her to the casino and just, like, we'll go in and I'll give her like $20 to spend on, like, but we have to spend it on like dollar machines or something. And if she hits big, she gets, you know what I mean? And if I hit big, I'll just give it all to her or whatever. Like we're gonna hit big on $20 each. Let's just be for real. But anyway, she's so nervous about this, you guys, and it's so cute. But let me just tell you what is so funny about this. So she was texting me and she's like, I'm so nervous, like I don't think I'll sleep. You guys, I think I got an hour of sleep last night. Like, I wanted to make this so right for her, and I was like thinking of this and thinking of that, and I was like, okay, I want to do this and I want to do that, and what can I do and what can I do to make it right? Like, I wanted to make this like such a good experience for her, and I was so nervous about it, and I was like, that truck scared the hell out of me. I was like, so I like could not sleep last night at all. Plus, I just said yesterday in a video that PP hasn't really been, I was saying it in here in my vlog, that PP hasn't really been coughing a whole lot. And then last night, PP was coughing a lot. And I'm like, of course I say it, and then he starts coughing a lot, you know? So anyway, so I started my BookTube channel, and I started it in May 11th of 2016. Well, I had always had my Peter Monn channel. That was, you know, I had that. But that was like, you know, where I had commented and I did a little this and that on there. But I had never, like, consistently made an effort to, like, have a channel out of it. And so I posted a couple videos, and then I did a drama video on September 1st. And so, of 2016. And that was the first drama video that I ever posted, that I ever did. And it was where I had kind of fallen down the rabbit hole of YouTube, and I had watched like this Jeffree Star, Kat Von D back and forth argument, and then I had watched Sanders Kennedy and Karina Kaboom's videos, and Karina was talking about Manny MUA, and then I went and watched some Manny MUA videos. This is literally how it all went down, right? And so when I say in my videos, like, this is how it all, I mean, like, that's how it all started. And back in the day, like, there was nobody doing beauty drama back then except for Karina and Sanders. So anyway, and I was intrigued with this whole world of, like, there were actually people doing commentary on this. You know, it's just really surreal to me. So anyway, that was what my channel was me kind of just commenting on that stuff at first, right? And then, that December, I decided I wanted to start a vlog channel. I've always loved vlog channels, so I was like, I'm gonna start a vlog channel. And that New Year's Eve was the very first vlog that I ever filmed, and ever since then I have filmed, you know, 3 years of this vlog every single day. It's so crazy, you know? And then somewhere in there, I think before the vlog maybe, I had started my Peterisms channel, but it was called My So-Called Healthy Life, and it was a weight loss channel, and I think we can see where that ended up. That didn't work. And so that channel was just kind of a failure, so I turned it over into this Peterisms channel, and then it kind of morphed. It was supposed to be all story times at the beginning, and then it morphed into me talking about recovery and me doing meditations and whatever, and that's what kind of happened over there. And then, I started my review channel like a year ago, and I love that channel. I'm having such a blast with it, you know? And that's kind of just like what happened. But, you know, the early days of my Peter Monn channel, I would say these things on there, you know, like I would go to the dollar store, or I would go to Bob Evans, or I would go to the Chinese buffet, and I would say, I don't know her. I don't eat at the Chinese buffet with her, right? It was like a funny little thing I used to say or whatever. I say it sometimes now. But anyway, people would say, and I used to flip the small fans, remember, like, not one of these big fans, but like a smaller fan, and people would send me fans, and people would say, I would love to go to the Chinese buffet with you, and blah, 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 and you know, like, as somebody that's so socially awkward and socially anxious, like, I didn't, like, people have always said, like, would you ever do a meetup or a meet and greet, right? And I'm like, that whole idea to me is so strange. I'm always kind of like, why would anybody want to meet me, you know what I mean? So anyway, I just didn't really think ever much about it, and at one point, I was getting a lot of comments, and people were saying, I would love just to spend a day with you. You should do a day where you should spend a day with a subscriber, or pick a subscriber and whatever. Well, it was around a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, probably 18 months ago, that I was getting a lot of those comments, and people were like, oh my God, you should do, not 18 months ago, probably about a year ago, you should do, you know, a day with spending with a subscriber, take them to the Chinese buffet, the casino, get a fountain pop, do all that stuff with them. And I was like, you know, I kind of would love to do that. Like, a meet and greet is kind of terrifying to me, but like, to meet with one person, like, I could do that, right? So Arlena enters the picture. Arlena has now watched my channels. I'm gonna ask her today. I don't know what channel, I know she watches the vlog because she comments on this a lot. And I know she watches my Peter Monn channel, but I don't know what other channel she watches. I think my review channel too, but I don't think she watches my booktube channel, and I don't know about my Peterisms channel. And so anyway, I would notice she would comment on there and she would say, like, oh, I'm from Indiana too, right? And so then I was in a live stream one night and I was guesting all these people. I was sitting on the front patio, and I can remember the live stream like it was yesterday. And she came in and I guested her, and she was talking about how she's from Indiana and she was engaged at the time to her now husband, Brandon. And like, and I said, and she said, oh, she said, I normally wouldn't, something like, I normally wouldn't do this, but I had a couple drinks tonight. And I said, what are you drinking? And she said, Boone's Farm. And I said, oh my God, Arlena, you're drinking the Boone's Farm. And I gave her like such a hard time over it. Like I was joking with her, you know? And now I always ask her if she's drinking the Boone's Farm, and she gets real embarrassed. So anyway, she's real sweet. So she started tweeting me a lot, and we started kind of talking and DMs and stuff. And then I reached out to her one day and I was just like, hey, like, would you be willing to do a video with me if I was gonna spend like a day with a subscriber? And she was like, oh my God, I would love to do that. That would mean so much to me and whatever. Well, just a lot of stuff happened, and it just, you know, and then I was traveling a lot, and it was just really hard for us to hook up our schedules and get them to match. So I've been like kind of putting it off because I wanted to do it on like a right day where I had like the entire day to just be able to spend with her, and I wasn't like, okay, I have to be back here by this time and this time and this time. And so it's like every week would seem like the greatest, and I wanted to give her like a 2 weeks notice, right? So it was like, okay, next week seems like it's gonna be a good time. Next week seems like it's gonna be a good time, and then it never was. And so I was like, okay, we're just gonna pick a date and do it. So she's been so patient, and I just wanted to make this day so special for her, and I wanted her to, you know, have a lot of fun today and stuff like that. And it's so funny because she's so nervous, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I got so nervous last night. Alex said to me, he goes, what is wrong? He goes, you are tossing and turning, you cannot sleep. I said, I am so nervous about tomorrow. He started laughing. He goes, that's really sweet. And I am, I'm so excited about it, you know? And we're gonna have fun today. But, so I'm gonna have her do videos on all of my channel. We're gonna do like a day in the life of Peter Monn, and we're gonna do videos on all of my channels. So, anyway, that is the story of how Arlena and I came to be, and I am real excited about it. Yeah. And then I don't really have anything else planned for today. We're doing this. I want to go through. She was like, I would love to review something with you. So I think it would be fun if we found a Starbucks and we drove through it and we invented a drink, a Starbucks drink together, and we could call it, and I have an idea for what we're gonna call it. I'm not gonna say it on here. You have to go watch my review video. And then that I think would be really fun. And then we're doing the Peter Monn video together, just like a day. That's gonna be like the Chinese buffet and the casino and all that kind of stuff. And then what's the other thing? I'm trying to think of my other channels. And then this, she'll be in the vlog a little bit probably. And then, well, I thought about like, I don't know if she reads. I don't know that we've ever talked about that. I think she said she doesn't watch my booktube channel because she doesn't like to read. So I may do a video with her. I mean, and this is the thing, it's like, we have nowhere to go, right? So we're gonna have to do all these videos in the car. So I may do like a video with her, like for booktube, of just like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you call it? I just was like, I hope to God I brought the other battery. If I didn't bring the other battery, I am screwed. Thank God I did, it's right here. Like, non-reader like talks about books or something like that. We might do something fun. I don't know. And then the Peterisms channel, I'm only gonna do that if she really wants to, and I'm gonna have her like maybe like ask something, and I can share some personal experience of something that I've gone through, and you know, maybe in helping that or whatever. So so that's it, and that's gonna be the day, and I'm super excited for it. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys a preface of that before we go into the day, and I'm real excited about it. So today is Arlena and Peter's day. We need a theme song. Well, I want to tell you what I want to call the Starbucks drink, but I can't because it's too perfection. It's too perfection. It's too perfect. You guys, I just want to show you the countryside that I'm like driving on. Like, do you see this? It's so pretty, isn't it? don't know if you could see that or not, but the Indiana countryside is really, really pretty. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna get off here now, and I will be back in a little while. Bye. Hello, hello, hello. It's Arlena. We have filmed on, look at this. I look so beautiful, don't I? We have filmed on every other channel. I already started the vlog today, I told her. And I said to her, I said, because my battery is dying. I already went through one whole battery. And I said, Arlena, I don't know that I can do, because we did a review video, we did a Monn video, we're doing this. I said, I don't know that I have enough battery left to get you to do the vlog or the Peterisms channel. And she just looked at me. And I go,
glared.
What?
I glared.
Glared. And I said, do you really care about being on the vlog? And she said,
yeah.
I mean, I kind of like to make an appearance. So, we're going to vlog for a little bit. Okay. Which is cool, because this is like much more relaxed.
Yeah.
I've almost backed into about 4 cars today. One at Starbucks, because Arlena took me to the world's worst Starbucks in the entire world.
Hey, I didn't design it, man. Okay? I can take you on a quick loop by my aunt's house.
Let me tell you about by your aunt's house.
Yeah, there's no traffic that way.
Okay, I don't know if people can
Look at that girl's ponytail. It looks like a firework on top of her head.
Where? Oh, it was cute. You probably know her. She seems to know everybody except for how bad the traffic is. She goes, oh, it's just right down the street. 45 minutes later, we're still stuck in traffic. I'm like, Arlena, there is literally one street in all of Muncie, and we're stuck on it for 5 hours.
Put literally everything on the same road.
Now look, we got here, hold it, we got fountain pops, we got all of our drinks.
Just missing the boons.
Do your thumbnail. Missing the boons for you, not missing the boons for me. No. I hadn't drank that stuff in 25 years. And probably before that, because that stuff is nasty. It actually isn't nasty, that's the thing, but
it ain't gonna do nothing for you.
The one, I kind of remember getting drunk off the, well, Purple Passion, but you're probably too young for that.
I've heard people talk about it, but yeah.
I loved the Strawberry Hill.
I like the blue kind.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. And the Sangria was the other one that I drank. I don't know why.
That's kind of our inside thing is the Boone's Farm.
Yeah, you and me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even drink.
I know.
Look at these kids weaving over here. Like not even
I think he's been hitting the Boones.
Arlena and I have a lot more in common than I thought she did. Girl. She is killing it with the jokes, let me just tell you. But anyway,
see where that truck's pulling out? You can turn that way.
Where the truck is pulling out?
Yeah.
Way up there?
Yeah.
Girl, you were like, oh, that stoplight up there? And I'm like, yeah, like, and then we're still going, and I'm like 5 miles away. That street that you said, see where that truck's pulling out up there? I thought you meant like right there. You mean like a mile up there. Well, can we go a little bit further and turn around?
That's the bypass.
So if I keep on going, I'm gonna have to go onto the bypass.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to maybe go in the other direction. But this is like, the light is really good here. We can just go down this road, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The light's gonna be in our back though, it's gonna suck. It doesn't matter, they don't care, they just listen anyway. Now you are an avid vlog watcher.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say this. Arlena loves old movies just like I do. Tell them what your favorite Christmas movie is.
White Christmas.
So we were talking about that, and you have to tell them what you said, because this is funny, because I didn't know this.
So, okay, so I think there's different versions. Like different cuts. Because, that's where my aunt lives. That's where my nana used to live. Anyway, sorry.
Your daddy and your aunt?
My aunt, my nana.
Your nana, okay.
On the DVD.
Your nana that I just met, or is that your,
No,
that was your
that's
granny?
my granny.
Okay.
Yeah. On the DVD, when Bing Crosby is changing in the dressing room.
He just has a long shirt on, right?
Yeah, and he's behind like a suitcase.
Okay.
But last winter, we went to see it at the theaters. They showed it at AMC
This is so
theaters.
funny.
And my God, he was on display. His whole
family friendly
frontal was out.
I mean, not like exposed.
No, but
he was in
underwear.
You said he was in his underwear,
Yeah,
right?
and for back then, I mean, that was
look
scandalous.
at Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, he's so cute.
So then, what did you say your new thing is that you say?
I said it really big and loud too in the theater, like it just came out. I said, "Bing's ding on the big screen." So I say that all the time now because I love Bing Crosby. Oh, we're gonna pass the first house I ever lived in too.
Okay.
You're just getting my whole backstory.
I'm getting your whole backstory. This is cute through here.
Yeah.
This has been kind of a fun drive. It's so pretty. It's like that. And some of the houses when I was coming in here because I took the wrong directions to get here. Okay, now we have gone to Walmart, the Chinese buffet, Starbucks. We got fountain pops. We've done flip fans. We've had presents. We've done everything.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show them your present later. I don't know what you do with it.
I think I put it over. No, I will have to show it later because it's back there.
It's perfect.
She got me a little fan that is a book. It's so fantastic. He has a little bookmark in it and everything.
Look at that little wiener.
Oh my god, it's a little wiener dog, but it's like blown up Santa Claus kind of thing. What is this right here?
It's like a little, they made it for people to read, and sometimes they leave books there that you can swap.
Look, you guys, look at this. I have to show you this. Okay, so it's like a relaxation station, it says.
Yeah, there's a local photographer that lives back there.
Go ahead. Okay.
Okay. Dumb. Anyways. He lives back there and he made that. But right over there is my first house I ever lived in, that gray one.
Really?
Yep. But it was yellow.
Did you climb up that tree?
No.
Did you sing Selena?
No.
She said that her Selena is her favorite movie of life.
It is.
What's your favorite Selena song?
Bitty Bitty Bum Bum.
Bitty Bitty Bum Bum.
Yeah.
Why does it seem like it's real close, like compared to before?
I don't know. I just have a really big head, so.
No. There it is. That's better.
Yeah. So you can go back that way if you want and make a loop to go back.
Okay. Now, has today been the day of your dreams?
Yes, it was well worth the wait.
Arlena. Now, she's been so nervous about this for months, and I've been like, gal, I am just a person like you are, okay? Let's just be for real.
I mean, now, yeah, you're just like...
Because what did you say when you got out of the car? You said, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna...
Yeah, pass out and barf.
She was like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out and barf. And then like 10 minutes later, I was like, well, you sure do seem pretty relaxed now. And she's like, oh, I'm fine now.
But like, I've been watching you for so long. You were like, I don't know, like a celebrity.
Aww.
I mean, you know, like...
How many times did this celebrity get stopped today and noticed in public?
Well,
yeah.
You were one to me because like I watched you.
I appreciate that.
Like I would watch somebody famous on TV, you know? Like,
but it doesn't feel like that to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know that when people, it's like, I get what you're saying because I feel that way with other people. But like when we went to the Chinese buffet and we were sitting there and we were just eating, I was like, I feel like I've known you forever. Yeah. Like we're just sitting there talking about her cat. What's your cat's name?
Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline. Go watch the other channels. We talked about it twice.
Gave her backstory.
And we're just sitting there laughing in the car doing the review video, and I'm like, I feel like I've known you forever. But we have been talking for a year, texting, talking on the phone and stuff like that. And
oh wow. They've got the whole shebang.
What do they have?
Look at that guy laying down.
I think that's Piglet. Here, we're gonna show right here.
Oh, how cute. Oh, he's not supposed to be laying down.
No, but that is pretty. Arlena. Everything is so about that to you.
I know, and I don't even drink, so I mean,
except for the Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
You don't really drink though. We've talked about it because I tease you and you're like, Peter, I don't really drink. Well, what's been your favorite, just one moment of the day that you had?
That's right. Hold on, I gotta tell you a story real quick about the skating rink. That's where I used to go with all my boyfriends because
this is the skating rink.
That's where I used to go to every weekend.
We're gonna pull on here. Okay.
And
did you kiss the boys at what's it called? Gibson Arena?
Yeah. So, oh yeah, most definitely. So one time
you kissed the boys here?
Oh yeah.
Arlena.
So one time though, I came here with my little boyfriend and he's like, I got a cigarette, I'm gonna go outside and smoke it. And I said, we're breaking up. I don't date boys with cigarettes.
How old were you?
Probably like 10.
You were kissing boys at 10, Arlena?
I had my first boyfriend in preschool. His name was Tori and he had a mullet. And he had a cheeseburger birthday cake. And I still talk to him to this day, so.
Now, do you sometimes wish that you were with him?
No.
Do you know what we call a mullet?
No.
Business is in the front, party in the back.
Party in the back, yeah.
Do you know that it's also called a larmoose?
That sounds scary.
Did you not know that? Here, true story. Let's Google it. This is so colorful.
Yeah.
What is? It says gig. Like I'm going through the gigs on there.
I think that's.
Look at this. I get. You guys, I do not. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We took a fraud. We took a fraud phone call on my review channel, and it was so.
He just wanted some money, Peter.
I know. It was sad. Okay. Here, Larmoose. I'm almost positive. If I look it up, I'm gonna be.
Sounds nasty.
Well, you dated somebody with a Larmoose.
Well, I didn't know.
Larmoose.
It was only 3. Took what I could get.
Who did you date when you were like in junior high? Don't say their last names.
His name is Ryan.
Larmoose. Oh my God, the Indianapolis proper definition for the mullet. The Indianapolis proper definition for the mullet is a Larmoose. You want to shoot paintballs at some hot dog stands near the Speedway? The Speedway in Indianapolis. No, okay, let's go laugh at that Larmoose. Oh my God.
Urban Dictionary.
I do too.
There's some nasty ones on there though.
Did you know I'm in the Urban Dictionary? Did you not know that?
No. What does it say about you?
Somebody put me in here. Okay, watch this. This is so funny.
No.
It said something about Shannon Rose, who, she and I are totally fine today. But it was so funny because they put something in here about, okay. Read it out loud.
A super amazing YouTuber who is YouTube famous now. Lives in Indiana with his husband Alex and their 3 dogs, Pee-Pee, Tucker, and Boo Radley. Peter has a few different YouTube channels, including My So-Called Healthy Life, Peter Likes Books, Peter Vlogs, and his main channel, Peter Monn. He's the greatest YouTuber ever and offers different kinds of content for all types of people. He tells wonderful and endearing stories about his life, gives great advice. You're making me sick. and he also makes funny and entertaining videos. Go subscribe.
Okay, and then here's it's used it. Look at this. 32 people disliked that.
Rude.
F them. Look how many people that liked it. 130. We're gonna like it. There's 133.
F right off.
Okay, look at this. Here, we're gonna do this like, Peter, oh wait. Person, I need someone new to watch on YouTube.
Look up Peter Monn.
And then the person said, girl, I'm ready, already part of the wolf pack. Now let me show you what is so bad, okay? Is that this is, somebody put me on here when, do you know who Shannon Rose is?
Yeah.
When Shannon Rose had our little argument, but we're totally fine now, and she's the sweetest person in the world, okay? Look what, if you look up Shannon Rose on Urban Dictionary, true story, it says right here, read it out loud.
Did you, oh wait, oh. Someone far less credible than Peter Monn.
When somebody sent that to me, I was like, why did you do that to poor Shannon Rose? Oh my God. So anyway.
Oh.
I got no beef with Shannon Rose today, and actually she and I had a very nice conversation about things, so.
So anyways, yeah, I had a lot of dates here.
These were your boyfriends. Now where would you kiss?
Oh, everywhere.
Everywhere on that, everywhere?
Not on my body.
Arlena, my lord!
Everywhere in the building is what I mean.
Would you kiss out here about in the back of the building?
Yeah, sometimes we'd hang out behind that dumpster.
Oh my God, there was somebody in here. Look at this. There is somebody following us into the parking lot.
We better get out of here.
No, I want to see what they want. I want to see what they're doing. What?
They are really following us.
They are really following us. Like, I backed up and went the other way, and like he backed up and went the other way.
Probably one of the owners. They're not very friendly.
Well, knowing that this town is so small of one street, somebody probably called and said, there's somebody in your parking lot. You better get over there. They might want to open up and have a skate party. Oh, they probably said, there's that Arlena. She's bringing over some boys to kiss. She got $5 to skate. Why does this just mean me when you're on the video? Because you had to be in a vlog, Arlena.
I'm sorry.
Look at that little house. It's so cute. That's like a little log cabin. That's where I would live.
Boo Radley. That name fits with a little cabin.
Boo Radley. Who's your favorite of all 3 of my dogs?
I love all of them. I love all dogs. Pee-Pee is really cute.
Oh, Pee-Pee. He's been coughing a lot.
I think they would get along with Sophie.
You think so?
Yeah. But Sophie's afraid of the world, so she probably wouldn't. She hates everything.
I'm kind of wondering, we were going to try to do a Peterisms video together. I'm kind of wondering if I should stop it and we could, do you want to do a Peterisms video or do you not? It's totally up to you.
That's fine.
You're like, I want to be on every channel.
Everything. Take over.
No, it totally is up to you. I want you to do what you want to do.
We can. That's totally fine.
Okay, then we're gonna have to stop the vlog now so I can see if I have some
I made
time.
my appearance.
Are you happy?
Yes.
What was your favorite part of today? Did you say already?
All of it. Seriously, all of it. Because, like, this was everything I wanted and needed.
Aww. My favorite part was just sitting at the Chinese buffet talking to you.
Yeah.
Because it just was so comfortable and relaxed.
And easy.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, thank you, sweetheart, for being on here, and I hope it will be one of many times you come on here, and we're gonna go do a Peterisms video. Okay. So come and watch us on every channel.
Yeah.
Okay. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. It's always funny to see me in my hat right after I get my haircut. Look, but I look, there's Charlene. Charlene showed up again. Charlene is my hair that pokes out on the side. But I got my haircut. Well, I think I said that earlier. But anyway, I got my haircut today. And I took a nap tonight. And yeah, it doesn't look so pretty. So I am gonna wear a hat. And I'm also drinking a cranberry Sprite right now. I'm at the post office and I'm leaving. I am so tired, you guys. I'm absolutely exhausted. I just could not sleep last night at all. I was so excited and nervous about today. It's such a great time. So much fun with Arlene. I had such a great time. It was just so relaxed and we just completely meshed. And it just was really nice hanging out with her, you know, and getting to know her. I mean, I've known her for like, not really like known her, like I just, you know, as somebody that comments on my videos, and we've talked a couple times on the phone since we started planning this thing, but it was like never like any in-depth conversations or anything, you know. So to sit down and really like find out a lot about her. She talked to me a lot about like, you know, her job and what she does, and her family and stuff like that. Like, it just was really cool. So, and we had a great time at the Chinese buffet. That was probably my favorite part, just sitting there and talking to her. It just felt like going out to eat with like a friend of mine that I had been friends with for a long time. It just was nice, you know? And it's kind of like those simple moments I really cherish. It's like when we went to LA and we hung out with Sarah's old roommates. And I didn't know them, you know, we went out to dinner, and it was just like that last night that we went to just like some Irish little pub restaurant, and the place was empty, and it was just, you know, that was so much fun, just that last night, you know. It was kind of like that. It was just, I think I forget that, like, I just enjoy like one-on-one people's company and getting to know somebody else and whatever, and it just was really nice. So I kind of like it, like I was watching the video back tonight before I posted the Peter Monn, like on my Peter Monn channel, and also the review channel. I watched it back, and there was like so much that was not filmed, that was just of us driving around in the car, and like her talking to me about, you know, like I was just talking about like what she, you know, is doing for Christmas, and what her family does for Christmas, and her showing me her town, and like what each place meant, and when she was growing up. And there was just a lot that we talked about that, like, first of all, I was afraid my battery was gonna die, and second of all, it just would have made the video 10 hours long. If I had had a third battery, I would have filmed it all for the vlog, because I think that would have been fun. And it was cute too, because I said, like at the end, I was like, do you like, because it was getting like late, and I was a little afraid of getting stuck in traffic, which I actually, like, I did a little bit on the way home, get stuck in traffic, but not bad. It was like just as I got into Indianapolis, I hit like quitting hour traffic, but the rest of the way home was really nice. The countryside on the way there driving was, I showed you guys a little bit of it, but it was just absolutely beautiful, you know, and just really scenic, like Christmas, like it looked just beautiful, like what, you know, Christmas should look like. And I was thinking, I was hoping that, like, this, it's supposed to be in the 40s this weekend, at the beginning of the week, and I'm like, I really hope the snow does not melt this weekend. I hope it stays around till Christmas, because we're not supposed to have any more snow before Christmas. But anyway, so yeah, it was just really, really fun. I'm not gonna vlog for a whole lot longer because I'm kind of exhausted, honestly, and I really want to get some food. I have not eaten since lunch today, and neither one of us really ate a whole lot. Well, I definitely ate a lot more than she did at the Chinese buffet, but partly because I hadn't been to a Chinese buffet in a long time. So I had one of those little donut things, because I love those, And then I had like 3 or 4 little spring rolls that were vegetarian, and then I had some vegetarian lo mein and like different kinds of rice that didn't have any meat in it. And what else did I have? They had these mushrooms that looked so good, and I almost like got it. I said, oh, I love these, and I like looked up and it said mushrooms and oyster sauce, and I was like, no. And then, yeah, I think that was it. I was gonna try some soup that, like the egg drop soup or whatever that she loves, the crunchies in it, but I wasn't real into that. And then, oh, I had a little bit of white rice, and I put that pot sticker sauce over it. My ex taught me that. We used to go to Chinese restaurants all the time and see more of the Chinese buffet down there. They had this wall of shame where, like, if you bounced the check, they would take your check and staple it to the wall. That's true story. They had a wall that, like, if you bounced a check, the Chinese buffet, like, if you wrote them a check and it bounced, they would just staple it to the wall. So we called it the wall of shame when we would go in there. But anyway, like, who would stand there and look at people's, like, it had this stuff crossed out, right? Like, it just had, like, the person's, like, first name and stuff on it. It didn't have, obviously, like, their bank account number and all that kind of stuff. They had all that kind of stuff Sharpied out, but you could see, like, their first name. It just was funny. I don't know. But anyway, oh, it's so pretty back in there. I can go through there on the way back and show you guys some Christmas lights. So, yeah, it was just such a fantastic day, but I got very little sleep last night, between pee-pee coughing and me just being, like, really excited and nervous, like a kid before Christmas. But I just didn't sleep very well. I got, like, literally, I got, like, 2 hours of sleep. And then, well, because I set my alarm and then I kept on snoozing my alarm, and then I went to my hair appointment and got my hair cut, and then I went and got a coffee, and then I drove up to Muncie and met her. I took the wrong exit. I took the wrong exit. I like, because I keep my GPS over here, and usually, like, if I'm supposed to, like, make a move, it, like, lights up, but it didn't, for some reason it didn't, and so, like, I looked, and it said, like, rerouting, or whatever it does, you know, like, when, you can tell when it's rerouting you, and all of a sudden, I knew I had, like, 17 miles until I was there, and all of a sudden, it said 29 miles, I was like, what just happened? And then there wasn't, like, another exit for, like, 5 or 10 miles, and I was like, well, I might as well just get off at that exit, because it's just the same distance now. I'm, like, trying to do the math in my head, but y'all know I'm, like, I ain't got my glasses on, I can't do math, I am horrible at math. So I'm like, is it shorter if I go back, or is it shorter if I keep on going? I was like, I'm just gonna keep on going. Which, in kind of a weird way, I think it was like a God moment thing, because I just kind of listened to Christmas music, and they were playing, like, the Peanuts Christmas on Sirius Radio, and it came upon a Midnight Clear by Burl Ives, and they were playing, like, some of my favorite Christmas music that was just, like, really kind of, like, pretty calm Christmas music that I like. I'm not really into the dancey, ha ha ha. I mean, sometimes I like it, like that Darlene Love. I can't remember, what's the one song of hers that I love? But anyway, and I do love the Mariah Carey Christmas, All I Want for Christmas, and Britney Spears and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I like those songs, but, like, by and large, I like really like the softer songs like Silent Night, and It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, and all that kind of stuff. Away in a Manger. Away in the Manger. Away in a manger. Away in a manger. Away in a manger. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That's another one of my favorites. I love that song. So anyway, yeah, I like that kind of stuff. And so I was just kind of, like, sitting here, and I was, like, driving, and I was, like, looking at the countryside, and it was all these farmhouses. There's some huge houses out there, though. Some really, like, beautiful houses, too. Like, it wasn't just that they were big. It was that they were these gorgeous, like, farmhouses, and some of these, and they were on, like water, like, these huge, like reservoirs and stuff like that. It was beautiful. There was this one area that I drove by, and it was, like, all gated in, and there was literally one house in this reservoir, and I was like, I wonder if they own all that land and they put their house on. I mean, it was just pretty up there, you know? And, so yeah, so that was fun. We had a great time today. So, Arlene, I know you're watching this. Thank you so much for doing that with me today, and, being patient enough to wait until we did it, and it was like I mean, honestly, like, I didn't really know what I was gonna do going into it, and I think that was kind of like part of what like made it so much fun, was like I knew some things I wanted to do, and, you know, I wanted to give her a few things for Christmas and stuff like that, but like, I didn't really know like what I wanted to do as far as like throughout the day. And then on the way there, I was like, I really thought we would just vlog, and then like maybe she had mentioned she wanted to do the review video. And so I was like, well, initially a couple days ago, I thought, well, I'm just gonna put her on the vlog video because it won't make sense and it's gonna be so long anyway. So I'll just vlog us all throughout the day, and then we'll do the review video. And then I was like, well, there's a lot of people that watch my Peter Monn channel that have watched it for a long time, that love the Chinese buffet stories and, you know, all that. But you know, the old school OG Wolfpacker people over there, but they don't watch my vlog. So I was like, well, maybe I should put it on the Peter Monn channel, and I knew that like probably Arlena would enjoy that more. So I was like, you know what, let's just do a video on every one. And I actually have a Peterisms video too that we did, and I'm gonna post it on Friday. But I started uploading it, and then I laid down and I started rendering it. I haven't uploaded it yet. And that was right after I got done. Well, I started uploading it while I was like watching the videos back to post, and by that point I was so tired. And Alex came home tonight, he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm literally, as soon as I get done with these videos, I'm gonna lay down. And he was like, I'm so sorry, sweetie, that you're so tired. And I was like, it's okay, don't worry about it. And we sat there and talked for a little bit. And he was like, do you care if I go over to my friend's, his girlfriend's house? Not Sarah, his other friend, Amy. And I was like, no. I was like, go over, have fun. I was kind of happy, honestly. I was like, because then I can go to sleep and not have to worry about the TV and stuff. So he went over there, and then he stayed there till like 11. And then there's like this huge snow thing over there. And there's like something like, it was a sign, like a, I don't know, some kind of sign that they had something over there, like maybe for sale or something. But I thought it was like a coyote sitting over there or something. But anyway, it was this huge like kind of field of snow. I think it's just the field is for sale. But anyway, so then he came home and he got in bed, and that's when I woke up, and I just was like laying there talking to him, and I was like, I could go to sleep again right now. I'm so tired. He goes, well, babe, why don't you just go to sleep and sleep for the night? And I was like, well, I want to finish my vlog, and I said, I really want to go get something to eat because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since the Chinese buffet, and I didn't eat a ton today, you know? And I said, and I really want to watch like something on TV, like one show or something. I really want to watch The Good Place. I want to watch an episode of that and see what I think. So that's my plan when I get done vlogging, is to go home and watch an episode of The Good Place. I'd like to start another documentary series on Netflix. There's like Confession Killers or something like that. Confession Killer or whatever. I don't know what that is. But a lot of people have recommended that to me. So I might, did you guys know what I'm talking about? Something like that. So I might watch that. Oh, well, I haven't announced this on my BookTube video yet, but Mel and I, was this today? Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Mel and I picked our January book. She picked like 5, and then she was like, okay, which one sounds the best to you? And so we went through them, and the one we're reading is about, I'll pull in here in a second and tell you what it's called. But it's about this mom. She's been wanting to read a book about a woman anyway. She picked like really good ones. So the others we might read throughout the year, we'll have to see. They're on like really random topics of stuff like I have never heard anything about any of these topics. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, it's, I can't remember what it's called. Don't Tell a Soul or something like that. I'll tell you in just a second. But it's about this mom that tortured her daughters or something like that. It's supposed to be really good. It just came out this year. It came out in 2019. So Mel went in and she like Google searched like all of the, it's weird with that car behind me. She Google searched all of the books that were like the best true crime books of 2019. And these were like 5 that looked good to her. And so this one, and we went in while we were talking on the phone, and we looked to see which ones were like available like at the library, on Audible, and all that kind of stuff. So Yeah, I'm gonna pull in here and I'll read it to you what it is. I have it screenshot, and then tomorrow, if I get my stuff done in time, I have a sobriety commitment thing tomorrow, early afternoon. That's why, from like 12 to 2, that's why I'm like wanting to get some sleep too, because I'm like, if I go to bed super late again, like there's no way I can go 2 days in a row. I felt today, like when I was driving home from Muncie, I felt like I did when we would drive like all night long through until Florida, and that's literally like a 21-hour drive to Miami, and I would get there and I would just want to crash so bad. I was so exhausted that I was like, I don't think that I can go on for one more minute, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I felt today. I was like, oh my God, I am so tired. And I could really feel it in my eyes. I have to take my contacts out tonight. Like, the last couple nights I've slept in my contacts, and I have to take them out tonight. So yeah, and then I don't know what we have this weekend. Oh my God, we have the Christmas Carol on Sunday. So I don't know if I announced that on here or not. I announced it. But I got online and I bought the tickets for Sarah and Alex and I, and we're gonna go see a Christmas Carol on Sunday. And Tanya and Eric are going too, but they're going to a different show than us. And, cause they go every year. And Tanya the other night, she said, my favorite part is when it snows on stage and you can smell it. And I said, oh my God, Tanya, that's my favorite part too. So we're real excited about that. And then we're gonna probably go out and eat somewhere afterwards. So Sunday will be real fun. And then Monday is Christmas Eve, which I love, Christmas Eve. So that's the 23rd. Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve are two of like my favorite days the entire year. I mean, I love Christmas Day, but it's like Christmas Eve I like more than Christmas Day. And then Alex and I, like, we're leaving in like a week from Monday to go out of town. And then, oh, I've got to make, I mean, you know what? I need to do that right now. Hold on a second. Or I'll forget. I don't know what that means. Okay, give me just a second. So I have this trip list that I do. So I make a list of all the things I have to do before I go on a trip, and I kind of have like a template for it. And so I need to go in there and do that. So anyway, yeah, I'm real excited for that. Anyway, okay. You ever just like look at stuff and you're like, I'm so confused. Like what? Like I don't understand whatsoever. But anyway, my husband's so cute. Oh, the book. So yeah, I have to do this trip list thing so I can get, okay. Where is it? It's called If You Tell. A True Story of Murder, Family Secrets, and the Unbreakable Bond of Sisterhood by Greg Olson. Here, let me read it to you. If You Tell. Greg Olson. But on Amazon, it kind of always gives like too detailed of a thing. Okay. An Amazon charts and a Washington Post bestseller, #1 New York Times bestselling author Greg Olson's shocking, empowering true crime story of three sisters determined to survive their mother's house of horrors. Horrors. Horror. R-R-O-R-S. H-O-R-R-O-R-S. After more than a decade, when sisters Nikki, Sammy, and Tori Noddick hear the word mom, it claws like an eagle's talons, triggering memories that have been their secret since childhood until now. For years, behind the closed doors of their farmhouse in Raymond, Washington, their sadistic mother, Shelley, subjected her girls to unimaginable abuse, degradation, torture, and psychic terrors. Through it all, Nikki, Sammy, and Tori developed a defiant bond that made them far less vulnerable than Shelley imagined. Even as others were drawn into their mother's dark and perverse web, the sisters found the strength and courage to escape an escalating nightmare that culminated in multiple murders. Harrowing and heart-trending, If You Tell is a survivor's story of absolute evil and the freedom and justice that Nikki, Sammy, and Tori risked their lives to fight for. Sisters forever, victims no more. They found a light in the darkness that made them the resilient women they are today. Loving, loved, and moving on. That sounds really, really good. This riveting account will leave readers questioning every odd relative they've known. Publishers Weekly. Olsen presents the story chronologically and in a simple, straightforward style, which works well. It is chilling enough as is. Book list. An unsettling stunner about sibling love, courage, and resilience. People Magazine. If You Tell accomplishes what it sets out to do. The result is a compelling portrait of terror and a powerfully honest yet still sensitive look at survival. Book Reporter. It goes in here. A true crime tour de force. Steve Jackson, New York Times bestselling author of No Stone Unturned. I'm excited about it. Should we read one more review? Okay, let's pick one more review. Oh, it goes in here, talks about the author. Okay, wait, hold on a second. How about a short review? A suspenseful, horrific, and yet fascinating character study of an incredibly dysfunctional and dangerous family by Greg Olsen, one of today's true crime masters. Caitlin Rother, New York Times bestselling author. I don't know her, but apparently I trust her if she's a New York Times bestselling author. So that's going to be really good. I'm excited about that. And that is our January book that we are reading. And Miss Virginia, who is a scientist, won Miss America, just in case you want to know. Indiana did not win Miss America. I was rooting for her, though. She was very sweet. I got to meet her when I judged, and she was really sweet and beautiful. So anyway, yeah. That's about that. And I don't know what else. So tomorrow night, Alex's friend it's her birthday party downtown, and he was like, you can go, you cannot go, I don't really care either way. And I was like, do you want me to go? He was like, I mean, babe, if you want to go, you can go. He's like, but I'm not, it's totally up to you. So that's gonna have to do with how much I get done after, because it's early. It's at like 6 or 7. I think he has to leave at 6 or 7, 6:30 maybe. He said it starts at 7, I think. So I may go to that tomorrow night. Because I'm kind of feeling a little bit like being social. Doing something with Arlena today kind of helped me with that. Like, I was like thinking, like, I want to be more social, I think. But is that my heat? Do you hear that? Is that the car way in the distance? That's the car way in the distance. That's so weird because there's like no cars except for that one way up there. I just turned and the lights are gone. So that's tomorrow night, but he said that's not late because it's like kind of like a formal birthday party, like a dressy birthday party, which is another reason why I'm not really sure I want to go, because I mean, when it's cold out like this, I don't really want to go out and do a whole lot, you know what I mean? So that's tomorrow night, depending on what I get done around the house. Well, because I have this thing from 12 to 2, which means I probably won't get home till after running errands till like 3 or 4. And then I'm still going to want to make videos. And so depending on how much I get done and what time he's wanting to leave the house. And then Saturday, I don't believe that we have anything, but we did talk about possibly wanting to go look at Christmas lights on Saturday. So if that's the case, he asked me if I wanted to go and do that. So we might do that. I don't think he has any Christmas. I don't think he has any meetings or anything on Saturday. Any work stuff. I'll have to ask him. If he does, we can do that later in the evening because he wants to go see Christmas lights during the day. Nobody, that's boring. So we would probably go. I need to find the time. It stopped. I didn't even know I was at the end. Because I don't know why sometimes it beeps. Like right now it just beeped. It went beep. I don't know why sometimes it beeps and other times it just stops. I have no idea why that is that way. Or if I just don't hear it, maybe that's it. But it's a loud beep. I don't know why that is. Like literally sometimes I look over and it's like just stopped. And I'm like, okay, it was at the end and I had no clue that it was at the end. I really want to drive in here and show you guys this house. Can you see it? Here, when I drive by, I'm going to show you. Look at that house. I think it's a model home. I don't think anybody lives there. Maybe we'll drive in there and see on the way back. But, so anyway, yeah. So that would be Saturday if we did that. And then Sunday is going to see The Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I haven't seen a play in I don't even know how long. And I haven't seen, like, Alex and I back in the day, when we were more cultural and socially interacted with Indianapolis society. No, but we had like a group of friends that we hung out with. So we met this girl. I don't even remember how we met her. But she's like married now and doesn't really like, I mean, she's like real active in some stuff, but like at the time, she's a really cool girl, and she was really involved in like the arts community and politics in Indianapolis. She worked for the governor's council. I think she worked for the governor. She's like the assistant to she was like one of the assistants to the governor or something like that at the time. So anyway, so then she also, because of that, she sat on all of these boards, right? Like, okay, so Alex, like every friend that Alex has, except for Sarah and his other friend Amy and me, none of us sit on any boards, but the rest of them, they like all are like highly involved in Indianapolis. Alex loves to hang out with the movers and the shakers. I don't. I just like to hang out with the shakers. So anyway, Tanya and I always say, like, we'll say something, and I'm like, well, and Tanya will say, well, I could sit on a board if I wanted to, and I said, me too. But if they asked me, I probably would say no anyway. Are you kidding me? I have sat on a couple boards in my life. I sat on a board for, it was related to addiction, and another one that had something to do with addiction, and yeah, so, I don't love that stuff. I'm not somebody that like loves meetings and networking and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't love all that. And me doing that, participating in those, that was like 20 years ago. Like, that wasn't 2-3 years ago. That was like 20. God, how old would I have been when that happened? So that was before my ex, which we got together in 2001. So it would have been like the late 90s. No. It would have been around 2000, probably. 1999, 2000 that well, I mean, in that no, it would have been around 1999, 2000. So that was like 20 years ago. It like legit was 20 years ago. That is crazy to think. And maybe one of them was while I was like dating him in the early couple years. But anyway, it's a commitment to be active. But anyway, we met this girl, and she was super active in Indianapolis, and I don't even remember how we met her, but she had a friend of hers. This girl was like a stylist slash like marketing executive, gorgeous, and she looked like Charlize Theron, and she's real tall and whatever. She's now married and has kids, and she doesn't go out and do anything. And her sister, who was really, really fun, and I don't know what happened to her sister. And then the girl that looked like Charlize Theron, her best friend was a gay guy that's like my age. I think he's older than me, actually, and he's now settled down. Oh, I know how we met her. We met her because of our website way back in the day. Because when we started our website, so if y'all don't know about this, if you're new, like Alex and I started a website in 2009, and it was a local website, and we reviewed bars and all kinds of stuff. And then we started doing interviews. We interviewed a lot of like D-list celebrities, a lot of authors, a lot of people like that back in the day. Reality star people. Anyway, it was fun. But it started out as like a local blog. Now it's all electronic dance music. Alex has completely taken it over. And I don't think he very rarely posts on there anymore. But so we were doing a lot of we were getting invited to a lot of fashion shows in Indianapolis at the time. there was this whole like, started this whole thing called Midwest Fashion Week, and we were invited to like every event they had, and so it was nothing to brag about. But anyway, I mean, it was okay. I don't know. Like, I just was never real impressed with it, honestly. I thought it could have been done a lot better, but so we went to these things, and they were always have like fashion shows, and then they would do like, some of the fashion shows were really cool though, I will say that. Some of the designers in Indianapolis, like, it was a lot of college students, and they had like really just a really cool perspective, you know, like, and you would see different stuff. But anyway, the organization of the fashion week itself left a lot to be desired. It had nothing to do with the designers and things like that. They were fantastic. But anyway, so, and I think that's kind of how we met them, is that we were like huddled in this area that we were placed. And it was like Alex and I and her and like her friend at the time. And then she was like, afterwards, she was like, yeah, this is kind of a joke, right? And we were like, yeah, we were kind of like joking about it. And so she's like, why don't you guys, and her friends were like downstairs and we were like upstairs with this thing. And she's like, why don't you guys come out to dinner with us? We're going to go to dinners afterwards. And we went to, I think we went to the Old Pros Table in Broderpool. Is that where we went? I can't remember. But anyway, Old Pros Table is a bar, but I think we may have gone there and eaten. I don't even know if it's still around anymore. Or Binkley's. Maybe we went to Binkley's. But anyway, we went somewhere and ate at, I think, Binkley's. And I don't even know if Binkley's is around anymore. But we met all of these friends, and it was like walking into like a New York restaurant of like a group of people. Like, it reminded me of the movie Metropolitan, if you've ever seen that movie, which is one of my all-time favorite movies of life. And you like walk into this group of people, and they're just so welcoming and loving, and all like instantly you're part of the group. And they were so nice to Alex and I, and we were like literally like instantly part of this group. And so she got tickets, unlimited amount of tickets to whatever she wanted to go to. So like for a year, Alex and I, we hung out with this group, 6 months or a year. We hung out with this group until this one girl got married and settled down, stopped going. And then the gay guy, like, he moved away and then came back or something. I mean, yes, they have names. I'm just not saying their names on here. But anyway, and then the main girl, she settled down and got married, and I think that's kind of what split the whole thing up. But we went to Dance Kaleidoscope, which was really fun. Dance Kaleidoscope is like, it's like a lot of what you would see on like So You Think You Can Dance, like when they do like the real experimental, like, I don't know, lyrical dancing, I think is what it's called. But it's to like, they do it like to a theme, like they'll do all Elvis music, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's like a mix between like ballet and like contemporary dance, and it's very cool. And we would always have like fantastic seats, and we would all go out to dinner afterwards, and we would get real dressed up, like we would be in suits, like the guys would wear suits and stuff. It was really fun. And that was when I was thinner and I looked fantastic. Not today. So we went to that, and we went to just, you know, like, just musical things here in town. Not musicals, but like musical things, art things, you know, gallery stuff, and then the parties, and we just kind of floated together as a group, and it was really, really fun. And that was kind of like a period that, like, Alex and I, we would go out, but like, we weren't like, all, like, we might end up like going out to a bar like later in the evening. But that wasn't like the main point of going out. I guess it was more like maybe just like 6 months that we did that. It was like from like a spring through like that winter. So it was like 6 to 9 months. But it was really fun. That was a really fun period of our lives. And, but it was a lot too, because like I can remember, like, I would come home and I'd be exhausted from my day, and Alex would be exhausted, and it would be like 4:30, and we'd be like, okay, we're supposed to be at this thing at 6. And it wouldn't be like something that you could just like throw in a hat. I mean, you would have to like take a shower, do your hair, put on a suit, and like, you know, but it was really fun at the same time. And I feel like this is why I'm kind of excited about this thing on Sunday to go see the Christmas Carol. Why can't I be having Away in the Manger? Away in a Manger. Away in the Manger, no room for away in a manger. The Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol. It's A in both situations. But anyway, that's why I'm excited about it, because we used to do that stuff all the time. And Alex and I always talk about, we're like, we should do more of that. We should do more of that. And then we just never do. And it was like so simple. I got online and I just looked and I picked the seats and then we're going, you know? I mean, it's just not that deep. And I was talking to a friend of mine that went to Hamilton, and he took his, like, he got, like, his best friend got tickets. And, this is like did I already talk about this on here? Sober friend of mine. Anyway, these two straight guys go to see Hamilton. I don't know why that cracks me up. He's like, have you seen it? And I go, no. And he's like, it's incredible. And I was like, do you like musicals? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, musicals are where it's at. And I'm like, really? Like, his wife didn't even want to go to see Hamilton. He just went with his best friend. And I was like, was she upset that he was like, no, she didn't even want to go. And he was telling me all about it. I mean, I know very little about Hamilton. He was telling me it's like basically all rap music. He was like, it's phenomenal. He was like, and I said, you know, like he said, it's mostly about, you know, Alexander Hamilton and stuff. But anyway, he was telling me like, what did he say were some of his favorite musicals? Now I can't remember what he said, because one of them really surprised me. Yeah, I'm not a lover. Like, I don't know, like, I like more like theater than I do like musicals. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I like more like plays than I do like that. I don't know why. I think because when I was a little kid, you know, I did get in some acting stuff, and it was plays. It wasn't like musicals that I did. I never really got into that whole bit. I also think that's something that, because I was like bullied so hard in high school, like I was really like a natural performer when I was a little kid. Like I was always like putting on puppet shows and doing this and doing that, you know, and I was in this acting, oh, the moon is so pretty. This acting class, acting group, and here in Indianapolis, I was the shoemaker in Cinderella. I had many lines. But anyway, you know, I think that, like, had I not been bullied and known that, you know, to be in drama and to, like, try out for the plays meant that you were gay, which, let's just be for real, it does, or it did then. It definitely did then. I don't think it does now. But what's interesting is there were, like, 4 guys in all of the plays and, like, the best choir and drama and all this kind of stuff. And they kind of, like, over-masculated in high school. Like, they were always very nice to me. And I remember, now I know why, too. But they, like, kind of over-masculated in high school. And, like, always acted like they had girlfriends and stuff like that, you know. Even though they were, like, they weren't really their girlfriends, you know what I mean? But, then, like, they all came out, like, boom, 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 like, after high school. And I was like, and one of them even said to me, like, shortly after, I ran into him one night, like, at a gay bar. I don't know when this would have been. Well, before I got sober, obviously. So, probably 20. I was 20, 21, maybe, 19, 20. And, I mean, I had a fake when I was 18, so I was going out. I don't recommend that, but I was going out all the time. But anyway, he came up to me and he said, I just want to thank you for being out in high school. Like, it made it so much easier for me. And I was like, I wasn't out in high school. Like, I know people thought I was, but I wasn't out in high school. So yeah. But, you know, like, I think, like, and I also was so socially awkward, and I have, like, such social anxiety that I was, like, so afraid of my own shadow. I thank God for my girlfriends that had, like, my girlfriends in high school had, like, so much confidence, and, you know, like, you just didn't mess with them. And I think it's because of them that I'm, you know, like, I made it through, honestly. But I always was like, if we were walking down the hall, I was the one in back, you know. Like, I think people might think that, like, in high school I was, like, the leader of my little group. That would not have been the case. Farthest from the case. I would have been the last one on the totem pole. And, so anyway, yeah, different world. But I think that I would have, like, auditioned for some plays, and I think that would have been a way for me. I think maybe that would have also been something that would have kept me out of drinking and drugs. Who knows, you know? I think, in all honesty, the more you are active or the more you are involved in things, like, the less likely your chances are of, you know, like, we see with athletes a lot, like, with addiction issues, that, like, let's say if they play a fall sport, but they don't play a spring sport, their, like, addiction issues take off in the spring, right? A lot lot of times. And that doesn't mean it's always the case, but often, you know? And I think the more involved you are, the less likely you are to get into trouble and things like that. And I think that had I been involved in stuff, I mean, I wasn't involved in anything. I stopped playing tennis. The only thing I participated in was orchestra, and that was just because it was an easy A, and my friends were in it, you know? Well, a couple of my friends. But other than that, I didn't participate in anything, and I didn't ever practice or anything in orchestra, never once, and I was always last seat, second violin. I mean, you know, I was like, no, I don't even know that I was playing the music half the time. Yeah, it was bad, but anyway. But orchestra was also a very, like, sweet, kind of innocent part of, like, my high school experience. And I always felt safe there in the orchestra room. And, you know, that was, like, a place where I always felt safe. So I'm glad that I had that in high school. And our orchestra conductor and teacher was fantastic. And he was just always very kind to me. And I think he knew what was up. And was always very protective and kind, you know. I just looked up there and I thought the battery was flashing. I was like, are you kidding me? Well, I'm not going to vlog for a whole lot longer anyway, but I was like, my God, the battery's at home. What am I going to do? The other battery is charging because I've gone through my batteries twice today. I can't. The Peter Monn video ended up being like 59 minutes or something like that long. It was like right before an hour. But anyway, you know, isn't that sad that... And I think 10 years ago I would have said that I wasn't allowed to do things like that. Right? I wasn't able to do things like that. But today I look at that and I say to myself, isn't it sad that I didn't allow myself to do that because of the fear, you know? And really my way of overcoming fear was by drinking and using drugs, you know? And because I didn't care. I was the biggest performer when I was drunk, you know? And I was watching the video back today, actually, of Arlena and I don't know if it was the review video or the Peter Monn video or whatever, but I got laughing so hard watching it back. And I was like, people would watch this and think that we are high, and we are both like stone cold sober. And I was like, you know, isn't that amazing? Like, there was a day that I would have thought, there is no fun to be had without using. None whatsoever. And I'm looking at us in this video, and we are like slapstick laughing. Like, we are so hilariously laughing. I think it's a review video, because that was so much fun to film. And we are like laughing so hard. And yeah, it is a review video, because it's like after we parked the car. And, you know, I'm just like, there's something to be said for sober fun, you know? Like, I remember after I got sober and I went to like my first concert, and I like really, really appreciated going to my first concert after I did, you know? Going to my first concert sober was really, really cool. I've hit a lot of stoplights tonight. Have you noticed that? See, I never know. This is kind of growing on me. Can I just say, okay, you know how hard I hunted for this stuff? So we went into this gas station today. It was like a marathon station to get, that drive you crazy, to get fountain pops for the video. I talked about this on my Peter Monn channel, but anyway, it's so weird for me when I say my Peter Monn channel. I don't know what to call it. My main channel, it's not my main channel anymore. They're all my main channels. My drama channel, I don't just do drama over there. I mostly do. I don't know what to call it. So I call it my Peter Monn channel, but like that's my name. That'd be like if you said this is my Sally Joe house or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it seems so weird to refer to it by my name, but I don't know what else to call it. But anyway, I'm just a weirdo. But so we went in there, and I was like walking around the store because I wanted to see like if they had anything that I hadn't seen. And I looked down, and they have like 2 liter after 2 liter after 2 liter after 2 liter of this stuff. And I was like, are you kidding me? In Muncie, Indiana, they have a plethora, and I love that word, by the way, a plethora of 2 liters of the winter spiced cranberry Sprite. Are you kidding me? I was so mad. And then my sponsor just walks in some gas station and finds it in there, a can no less, which is what I wanted. Anyway, I was like, oh my God. I thought that was so funny. I don't really know what I want to eat, but I do know that I'm hungry. But I'm not like super hungry. Do you ever feel that way? Like you want something, but you don't want like everything? I don't even know what that means. Don't even try to analyze that. I have no clue what I just said. When you want something but you don't want everything. That should be the title of this vlog. Something but not everything. I won't remember that if I don't write it down. And then there's no way for me to remember to timestamp it because, I mean, this is like 5 segments in at this point. I used to think this was a house right over here. It's a church. I don't know why that cracks me up so bad. Or is that a house? Is that a house? No, is that the one I'm looking at? Oh, maybe that is a house. No, I don't know what that is. Maybe the church house is up here. The church house. I mean, like, that house is so big, and it was a church. The steeple on top gave it away a little bit. No, it doesn't have a steeple on top. Not the church house, it doesn't. So anyway. Oh my God. So yeah, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do next Monday. Just make videos, probably. I kind of want to make, well, Christmas Eve, my plan on Christmas Eve is this. We will probably go over to, I don't know where we're doing Christmas Eve this year. I don't know if we're doing it at his mom's apartment or if we're doing it at his brother's house. I would assume we're doing it at his brother's house because of Carlitos and Sebastian. I still need to do my Christmas shopping, okay? I just realized that, so that will be what I'm doing over the next couple days. The Carpenters' Christmas song just came on. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Here's some more Christmas lights for you over here. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Anyway, I have to do my Christmas shopping for Alex this weekend. I already know what I'm getting him. But anyway, I have to do that, and then what else? He like kind of forgets sometimes like things that I'm doing, and so like I have all these gift cards, you know, and he goes, how many gift cards are you buying for people this year? And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, I just feel like every day I come home you're buying more gift cards. I go, it's for my giveaway. And he goes, huh? And I go, my giveaway on my review channels, I'm giving away gift cards every single day. He said, oh, that's right. I was like, yeah. I love the sound of a turn signal. So peaceful, isn't it? But anyway, what was I gonna say? So yeah, that's this weekend, and then Monday I don't know what we'll do. But whoever's house we're going to on Christmas Eve, I hope to God we're not going over there at like 5 or 6. Because Christmas Eve doesn't even start at his house until, it doesn't even start until like, we'll probably do dinner at like 8 or 9. Like, this is true story. We'll do dinner at like 8 or 9. You know, I bought this pumpkin thing. And it's putting off a real weird smell in this car. I don't know what it is, but I need to get another one of those, like apple or something. I got the Old Spice one. I don't like that. So we'll eat dinner at like 8 or 9. And then we'll just sit around there and talk. Oh, it's going to stop. Okay. And then we'll just sit around there and talk until like midnight. And then Santa comes at midnight and flies over and drops the presents in the yard. And then once Santa comes, then all the adults will open our presents. So we'll open our presents at like 12:30, 1, that we have for each other. Which Alex and his family, like, they give each other gifts, but it's like they're not extravagant with it. It's just really not about that. It's about spending time together. So like they'll each give each other like something small, but it won't be like extravagant. You know what I mean? And so I want to go in here and see this neighborhood, but I have absolutely no idea how to get back in there. It's the problem. I'm going to try though. And then they'll sit there and they'll sing songs, and Carlos will be the DJ of the world, and he'll just play one song after another, and it'll be a lot of dancing. Oh my God! Oh my God, you guys, I cannot believe this. I am so excited. This is truly like the Griswolds. And no, this cannot be, oh my God. This cannot be, that is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh, man. That is so pretty. It was so cool, wasn't it? I mean, and then if you put these like, well, theirs are kind of pretty over there. All of these in this neighborhood are kind of pretty. I kind of can't believe that. Now, Tanya Jean, she's got this deal going on her car. You know, where it's like flashing lights on the side of the house. She's got all that. She goes, do you like my lights? I got those flashing lights in your house. Okay, we can call those lights if you want to. She started laughing. She like my lights? I said, your lights look so pretty, Tanya Jean. Your house looks gorgeous. A true story, I'm just going to tell you this, okay? And you can hate me if you want. I don't know why anybody gets those inflatable animals in their yard, because they just like deflate and fall over is what they do. These lights right here don't make a whole lot of sense. It looks like, I don't know, that was kind of like divorced mom and Peter back in the day, me trying to make the house look really nice and Christmassy outside, and I had no clue what I was doing. Me and my mom, I'm like 12, dragging the Christmas tree up in 3 parts, you know, from the basement. We could, you know, do you remember you had those like things, you like stuck them in the round with the holes, and you would do that, and then you had to spruce it all up. My mom would say it looked like flat head in the back of it, you know what I'm talking about, like flat hair, you know, in the back, and it was dead. And she'd be like, oh my God, it doesn't look it, it looks like flat hair in the back, come on, fix it, we have to make it look pretty all over. And I remember like, God, this was definitely before I got sober, but we finally, like one year, like after Christmas, she found a pre-lit Christmas tree. She went crazy, and she bought this which was the most exciting thing that she'd ever seen. She bought this pre-lit Christmas tree. It was really pretty. And then one year I had that thing where you plug the lights. This was before we had all the fancy trees and stuff, but I had that thing where you plug the lights in and you like plays music, and then like the lights change the music, but it's not like chestnuts roasting. It's like dang 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 dang. Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, and then the lights are like dang 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 dang. My mother was gonna lose it. She was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I mean, I'm sure she was probably real hungover on those mornings, but she's like, I just cannot deal with these lights this early in the morning. I would like get up for school the month of December, and I would plug those lights in. My mom would be like, I just can't this morning with those lights. One year my mom worked in education, but like she would work a lot of retail too. She like would take like some time off from working in education because she'd be worn out, and then she would work in retail. And my mom worked with kids that were developmentally disabled, so she worked in education, developing plans and things like that. And so she would do like contracts with schools is what she would do. And so then she would take like 6 months off, and she would just work in retail because she loved retail. I don't know. But one year she worked for Macy's, and she worked in domestics, which is like towels and sheets and things like that. And I remember, and it was at Christmas time, and the reason that she was working, and she let us all know, okay, was so that she could get such a fantastic discount, so she could buy us high-end towels and bedding for Christmas. And so like every chance that she would get, she would let us know, like that. And by us, I mean my aunt and I, that the only reason she was working there was so that she could get us really nice presents for Christmas with a discount, okay? Because we wouldn't be getting that discount, we wouldn't be getting that Christmas present if it wasn't the fact that she was working there. So she would work these long hours at Macy's, and she would come home, and I remember my mom used to drink those martinis for 2, and she would crack one of those martinis. She'd come straight from the liquor store, 2 of those martinis for 2 in a brown bag, and she would come and she would sit at the kitchen table, and she would crack open one of those martinis for 2 and put it in a glass, and she would sit there, and she would say, I don't even know that I can do one more day. And I'm like, what's wrong, Mom? Was it that bad? Is it that busy? And they had put these dancing flower pots next to her, like where she was. Like they had them like in the one section over, but they were like right there. And they sang Christmas music. Do you remember these? I can see them in my head that they used to have them in stores. And they were like these plastic flowers, and they would dance and sing the songs. But they would go all day long. My mom was so ready for a drink when she would come home. She'd be like, I thought I was going to lose my mind with those dancing flowers. I think I've talked about that on here before. But anyway, we all got towels that year, and then my mom quit that job. My mom worked third shift at Lifetime Fitness one time because okay, my mom got, my mother got, what do you call it? She's like, she started working third shift at Lifetime Fitness because she wanted a free membership there. She didn't want to pay for it because my mother was just total cheapo of the world. So anyway, she would not pay for anything if she didn't have to. So she was working like third shift, like 3 nights a week or whatever. I remember when I called her and she told me this story, she was so mad. Like, not mad, like, about the situation, just like, she was real fired up. And I said, Mother, what happened? Or, no, I called her and I said, do you have to work tonight? She goes, no, I quit that job. And I said, what do you mean you quit that? She goes, oh, no, that job wasn't for me. And I go, what do you mean that job wasn't for me? And she goes, oh, they were really condescending to me there. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, the night manager, he was about 19, and she goes, he was one of those bodybuilder types, and just, he had to just sit at the front desk and whatever. Well, my job was to be folding towels and making sure that the locker rooms were cleaned up of any mess and whatever. And she goes, so, I kind of liked it. It was kind of whatever, it was kind of peaceful work and whatever, and I was getting a free membership out of it. But apparently he came down there one night, and he stopped her, and he was like, I just want to tell you that you are doing such a fantastic job on folding these towels. Now, I make my mother sound very wise and very sweet and very innocent, but my mother had a bit of an arrogance to her too, okay? And she looked at him and she said, you know what? I have 2 master's degrees. I do not need this crap, okay? I know I can fold a towel. She like walked out of the job. She was so pissed. Oh, Mom. Oh, Mom. And she also lost a job at this Filofax place, too, because she couldn't figure out the computer. And it always reminds me of that movie Auntie Mame every year when she wants to send everything COD because she doesn't know how to use the register. That was totally my mom. My mother and I one thing we totally shared was, ain't got my glasses on, can't do math. Not technological to save my life. My husband gets so frustrated. I'll be like, can you show me how to pull this file over here? He goes, yeah, you literally put your mouse thing on it and then you drag it over there. I'm like, oh, that was so easy. Like, one of the things that drives him crazy is, like when you like download an app, I can never get the app from one screen to the next on my phone. And he always gets so frustrated with me, and he'll just go like this, bloop, bloop, bloop. And I'm like, how did you do that? And then I started making folders. Like, I have an entertainment folder, and my entertainment folder has like Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Prime, and all that kind of stuff, right? And so I put it in there and I showed it to him. I go, look what I did. And he goes, what? We were in bed one night. I go, I made an entertainment folder. And he goes, what are you talking about? And I go, look, on this folder right here, that's all my entertainment apps. So like whenever I want to, oh, my camera just came on. I was like, whenever I just want to watch like a show, all I have to do is just go to my entertainment folder. He goes, were you not making folders like 10 years ago when we first got our iPhones? I go, listen, don't even worry about it, okay? This is a new thing for me. Oh my God. Anyway, okay, you guys, listen, I'm gonna get off here now because I said this was gonna be short and it's gone on forever. So I'm gonna get off here now and go get something to eat and go home and watch. I don't know, Alex started watching that Schlitz Creek or whatever, and he said it is hilarious. They were watching it tonight over at his friend Amy's house, and so I was like, yeah, everybody tells me I should watch this. My friend told me the other night I should watch, is it Schlitz Creek or Schlitz Creek or whatever, I don't know. But I'm gonna watch something, The Good Place, I kind of wanna watch. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here now. So I hope you guys are, send Arlena some love in the comment section. She was so fantastic to do the vlog with me, or to do the videos with me and hang out with me today. I had such a blast with you, Arlena. I know you're watching. Arlena, I had such a blast with you. So thank you, and we'll have to do it again sometime, maybe in the spring or summer, and when it's a little bit nicer outside. And let's see what else. So send Arlena some love in the comment section below. And Arlena also has a YouTube channel, and I will link it on here. God, I hope I don't forget. If I forget, I linked it on my review channel, and I also linked it on my Peter Monn channel. My Peter Monn channel, my drama channel, you know what I'm talking about. The main one over there, kind of. Anyway, so I hope you guys are having, is tomorrow Friday? God, things are going quick. I hope you're having an amazing Friday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something fun today. Step outside your comfort zone, you know. Arlena and I did today, and we had a blast. And take a risk today. Do something today to plan for your future that will make you proud of your, look at these lights. Look at all that. Do something today that you'll be proud of in the future, looking back on it, and, you know, do something today to plan for your future as well, but live in today. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I love you. And thank you for watching my videos and allowing me into your life. I appreciate it. And make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day. And if you're not comfortable yet looking in the mirror, just read them out loud and do your daily affirmations. I love you. You are important, you matter, and what else do I say? I'm pulling a blank. This has been the longest day. And today is going to be a really great, fantastic, amazing day. Amazing, fantastic, great day. And looking forward to 2020 with you. And most importantly, make sure that you let somebody else know how important they are to you and how much they mean to you. Arlena, you mean the world to me. And so do all of you that watch my videos. And I think that maybe in 2020, I feel comfortable maybe doing like a meetup somewhere. I don't know. Like because I travel a lot. So maybe when I start going places, I'll do like a little meetup here and there. Not promising, but we'll see. Maybe we'll make Florida the first one. I don't know. Dallas, I'm not going to be there long enough to do that. So anyway, yeah. And what else? I think that's it. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.